Welcome back to Essex LFC Reds TV, where it's just broke the news on Sky Sports that the European Super League announcement is due, with Liverpool and Man United's names being mentioned. I don't really know what to make of this, really. I'll read you the statement. Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea and two other sides are understood to be involved in plans for a European Super League. The Premier League has released a statement condemning the proposals, which I think are in agreement with. 6 English teams are expected to be part of plans for a breakaway European Super League, with an announcement due on Sunday evening, Sky Sports understands. Among the English clubs involved are Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal and Chelsea. This project has been launched to rival UEFA's Champions League format, which currently dominates European football. I think Spurs have also had their name associated to this. I don't know how Spurs and Arsenal in current form for the last sort of 5 years can be classed in a European Super League is another matter. Anyway, Sky Sports editor Mark Kleinman said, "My understanding is that 12 clubs from across Europe, including the 6 biggest English clubs," again debatable, "have now signed up to this new format. The others include Barcelona, Juventus and Real Madrid." Kleinman added, "The new league includes staggering sums of money that will be handed to the participating clubs. About $6 billion has been committed to this new project by the American bank JP Morgan, and this will come after European clubs' finances have been hard hit by the coronavirus pandemic, which is one of the reasons why so many of Europe's biggest clubs have decided that now is the right time to form a European Super League after years of on-off discussions about such projects." The Premier League's chief executive, Richard Masters, has written to all 20 of the league's clubs in England to state its opposition to the new project. Mr. Masters told the 20 that this venture cannot be launched without English clubs and will call upon any club contemplating associating themselves or joining this venture to walk away immediately before irreparable damage is done. Mr. Masters goes on to say in the memo, "We do not and cannot support such a concept. Premier League rules contain a commitment amongst clubs to remain within the football pyramid and forbid any clubs from entering competitions beyond those listed in Rule L9 without Premier League Board permission. I cannot envisage any scenario where such permission would be granted. The move to create a rival league is being seen by some in football as a surprise after the European Club Association, which represents 246 of the continent's leading clubs, gave their backing to UEFA's reforms. UEFA has proposed an increase to 36 from 32 teams in the Champions League and an overhaul of the group stage into single table rather than the current groups of four clubs. Teams would play 10 matches each in the group stage rather than the 6 they currently play, and a playoff round would also be introduced before the last 16. There has been reports of a plan of a breakaway league for a number of years, and the speculation returned in January with several media reports that a document has been produced outlining plans for the 20-team league. Burnley have just equalised against Man United. Those reports led FIFA and UEFA to warn they would ban any players involved in a breakaway from playing in the World Cup or European Championship. The Premier League has hit out at the plans for a breakaway European League, releasing the following statement. The Premier League condemns any proposal that attacks the principles of open competition and sporting merit, which are at the heart of domestic and European football pyramid. Fans of any club in England and across Europe can currently dream that their team may climb to the top and play against the best. We believe that the concept of a European Super League would destroy this dream. The Premier League is proud to run a competitive and compelling football competition that has made it the most widely watched league in the world. Our success has enabled us to make an unrivaled financial contribution to the domestic football pyramid. A European Super League will undermine the appeal of the whole game and have a deeply damaging impact on the immediate and future prospects of the Premier League and its members' clubs, and all those in football who rely on our funding and solidarity to prosper. We will work with fans, the FA, EFL, PFA and LMA, as well as other stakeholders at home, abroad, to defend the integrity and future prospects of English football in the best interests of the game. UEFA have robustly condemned the plans being discussed by some of the continent's elite clubs, stressing that Europe's top national football governing bodies and leagues will remain united in opposing the cynical initiative and will use all methods available to them, including legal action, to prevent the scheme from being put into practice. European football's governing body also stipulates that teams involved in such a league would not be allowed to participate in other domestic, European or world level competitions, and that players may be stopped from representing their countries. A full statement read: UEFA, the English Football Association and the Premier League, the Royal Spanish Football Federation and La Liga, and the Italian Football Federation and Liga Serie A have learned that a few English, Spanish and Italian clubs may be planning to announce their creation of a closed so-called Super League. If this were to happen, we wish to reiterate that we, UEFA, the English FA, RFEF, FIGC and the Premier League, La Liga, Liga Serie A and also FIFA and all our member associations will remain united in our efforts to stop the cynical project, a project that is founded on the self-interest of a few clubs at a time when society needs solidarity more than ever. We will consider all measures available to us at all levels, both judicial and sporting, in order to prevent this happening. Football is based on open competitions on sporting merit. It cannot be any other way. As previously announced by FIFA and the 6 federations, the clubs concerned will be banned from playing in and other competition at domestic, European or world level, and their players could be denied the opportunity to represent their national teams. We thank those clubs in other countries, especially the French and German clubs, who have refused to sign up to this. We call on all lovers of football, supporters and politicians to join us in fighting against such a project. If it were to be announced, this persistent self-interest of a few has been going on for too long. Enough is enough. And then they go on to just talking about the new Champions League format, which is due tomorrow. The 36-team Champions League football format from 2024 is set for final approval by UEFA's Executive Committee on Monday. But that's shocking, really. I hate when all this come up about before and Liverpool's name was associated with it. I weren't happy with it, and it's just ridiculous that we've been associated by it again. It could completely change the whole history of football. You know, being in a European Super League, not being able to compete in the Premier League or any other domestic cup competitions, players not being able to play for their country. That, to be honest, I think it's not really an issue. It's the club more important than the players. But the players, I think, if they're not happy, they'll go. But the amount of money is ridiculous. You can see why teams are tempted. But if that's the case, that you go into a European Super League and then forfeit all other competitions, then that is ridiculous. I think every fan should not be behind this and not wanting this for their own club. I think it's absolutely disastrous for the game, and I don't want to see it. You know, I want to be going every other weekend around the Premier League, around England, supporting Liverpool. I don't want to be, you know, going over to bloody Juventus or Real Madrid every other week, you know, to watch Liverpool play. It's mad. But we'll see what happens. I'll follow this story and we'll see what happens from it. But I can't. The sooner Liverpool take their name away from this, the better. I can't believe this would ever get the go ahead to happen. But mad, crazy news. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow night for the post-match reaction straight after the Leeds-Liverpool game. And I'll see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Come on, you Reds.